Who? Ashley Jane. I'm never doing that again. I'm sorry. Hello, my name is Ashley, and I got to meet Monsta X during the Jingle Ball pre-show. So I think I just kind of want to do a get ready with me to share with you my experience, and I can just record while the story is still fresh in my mind and really regret it later, because as the story progresses, you see how my brain cells decrease exponentially. I'm sorry if you're a fellow Monsta X fan, because when I met them, I really messed up. I screwed it up for us, guys. I'm so sorry. Before you try to come for me for my two big BTS posters and other BTS stuff over here, okay, I got into BTS first, but then I really got into Monsta X second, and I promise I have a big poster because I bought the album right over there, and I have all my proof here, and also this was my ticket to go and see them, so don't come for me. I really like them, I promise. I usually use my phone as a mirror, so I'm gonna be squinting, and yeah. So my hair's too short, so I usually just clip it back, so I'm just gonna look like a toddler for a hot minute, and every time I jump out of this box, it's because I'm grabbing makeup, so here we go. When Jingle Ball was announced and Monsta X was played, because they weren't told, like, I guess the fans weren't told they were gonna be in NYC until last minute. Wow, this is how I'm looking right now. So I was devastated when they were announcing Jingle Ball, and I saw like Madison Square wasn't there, and I was just like, what is going on? And then a week before NYC Jingle Ball, they're like, oh, Monsta X is gonna be at the Jingle Ball pre-show. And I was like, I mean, I guess they can just do the Jingle Ball pre-show as long as they're here and it's free, so I'm not complaining. Yeah, so they were with a bunch of other people at this pre-show. It was like, I think Normani, and then Lauren, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, the two girls from Fifth Harmony, and then two guys from Big Time Rush, like Logan and Kendall, they were also there. And then another big pull was this other group called Pretty Much, which I never heard of, and I was like, am I out of the loop? I'm only 19, and what is a Pretty Much? But also a lot of people there were like, what is a Monsta X? And some people were like saying monster, and I was really triggered, but it's okay. I think I'm just not going to explain my makeup, and I'm just going to explain the actual story as we go along. I'm not really a YouTuber, guys. I just want to like look back at this video and recall the experience. So there's this week where I'm preparing to meet Monsta X and well, not meet, just see them, because like essentially they're just saying that they're gonna perform. There's nothing about meeting them, there's nothing about like, I guess, taking pictures with them. So it's just like a free performance, and like from videos that I saw from California, it was gonna be like their intro and like 3 other songs. I'm getting sick because I was waiting online. I'm stalking Z100's Twitter, trying to figure out like what's my best way to secure that I get to go inside Hammerstein Ballroom, because that's where the event was, and like at least see Monsta X perform. Like, I don't even need to be super close, I just want to see them, have their energy flow through me, just, you know, go to church for a hot minute. They had like 2 separate lines, and if you wore like an ugly sweater that day, you get to skip the line and like be one of the first 200 people inside. It's the day of the Jingle Ball pre-show, and it's not the actual Jingle Ball, right? And also Monsta X was announced to open up Jingle Ball the same day or the day before Jingle Ball, which is another thing, like, what the hell's going on? Like, I get to Hammerstein Ballroom around like 8 o'clock. The whole ugly sweater line, even though I DIY'd one, I'll insert a picture here. I DIY'd an ugly sweater for no reason, because that line was full as soon as we got there. And then like I saw on Twitter, some Monsta X fans were camping out since Thursday night. This was a Friday, by the way. I'm so bad at this. I'm sorry if you're not even following. So I get in line, the general admission line, literally one of the first like 10 people in the general admission line. Yeah, I wait online, and I'm lucky enough to find like a Filipino girl and her mom, and like the mom already, she goes up to me, she's like, Filipino? Are you Filipino? So I hang with them for a while, and then she was also there for Monsta X, and we were talking about like who our biases were and stuff like that. So they were fun to wait with online. And then my friend came in maybe like an hour, maybe 2 hours later, and I stayed with her, right? But then the line wasn't really a line, it was kind of just like groups between barricades, so I could tell already like this is gonna be wild, like, and they were ready to push. Like, since there was no single file or anything, there was no order to how people were gonna get in, everybody was pushing as soon as like we saw like the barricades being moved to get a pathway to the door. And this was not even before they were open. So then, like, we were out there, I was out there since 8. Doors didn't open till 12. We thought they would let us in maybe a little early because it was freaking freezing outside. They didn't do that. I got there at 8, didn't get in till 12. It was cold, I didn't eat, I played myself. But I got like a $5 Dunkin' Donuts card. That's a win. So then, they start announcing like, yo, if you start pushing, we'll send you to the back of the line. The security is saying all of this. And they're like, you know, you're about to get in, so y'all better not be wildin'. Okay, I'm talking like this because it's NYC, so just don't do anything crazy is essentially what they're trying to say to us. Because they were saying the other side of the line, the people with the sweaters, they started pushing kids. And then the security guard was like, yo, I sent those idiots to the back. And I was like, yo, this dude is my friend, like, no pushing. This is a peaceful experience. We all trying to go to the same place. They open up the barricade and it's like a huge whoosh. Like, you just feel the energy of people trying to like push you. And like, I was lucky because I made 2 friends and they were like both college age. So they were kind of like, you know, tired and done with being crazy. So this girl who I became friends with, she like grabs my arm and I like grab my friend's arm from school. So like they go 20 people by 20 people in this like big like non-orderly line type of thing, and people are pushing and we're just trying to get through. I'm waiting in line trying to get in because it's also going slow because everyone has to go through security because it's NYC. It'd be like that. Like, we finally get inside and we see the schedule of when Monsta X is coming on. So they're coming at like 2:55. So we're just like looking around and it's a highly sponsored event. So there's like free stuff everywhere, but like small free stuff. Like I got free Tic Tacs and like perfume and eye drops. Right, but then we start seeing these things. This guy comes up to us, me and my friend, and they're like, oh, do you want to meet Normani? She's having a fan meet right now. And I was like, oh. So there's fan meets up in here. And I didn't want to meet Normani, so I was like, no, just give it to someone who actually wants to see her. But we were like, but do you have fan meet stuff for Monsta X? And if you hate that noise, I'm so sorry. I like go like this a lot, sorry. Yeah, we were like, oh, do you have any fan passes for Monsta X? And he goes, who's that? And we just look at each other and like, this is not how it's gonna work. So we go to the bathroom because we were waiting in there for that line for so long. And then in the bathroom, this woman goes to us, oh, do you want to like do an entry for fan meets? And I was like, what are you saying to me? Throughout Hammerstein Ballroom, there's like booths of people, of companies who are sponsoring the event because it's free, so it was highly like capitalism. So at each booth, you either like sign up your email or you take a photo and post it and hashtag it, and then there's your chance to get the fan meet pass. And it's interesting because some fan meet passes were easier to get than others. Like the cast of Anastasia was there, and they were just like basically giving those fan meet passes away. But then for like Pretty Much or Monsta X, it was kind of just like a scavenger hunt. Like, how am I gonna get to these men? And we were just like, okay, how are we gonna find the most entries to get into this fan meet pass raffle thing? Right, so we take the photo in the bathroom. It was like a cute Christmas themed photo, and then we have to post it and then hashtag it, and then they'll look through it later and be like, oh, you've won the fan pass, and they'll DM you, right? But this lady, I could tell she didn't like me and my friend. She was kind of just more focused on her photo booth setup, and I like toppled something over and she was like, so I could tell that woman was not giving me any fan pass. So we're going around to each booth and we're seeing like not everybody has Monsta X passes, and I'm just like, what is going on? What is happening? So we go to one booth and they're like Gravity. I think it was like a mattress company. I'm not even sure what it was. But I could tell like homeboy is holding on to his yellow envelope full of fan passes like pretty tight. And I was looking at it and it had like Monsta X, and my friend was asking like, oh, do you have Monsta X fan passes? And I was wearing their shirt, and like homeboy noticed. So I was like, I need these men to like me. Like these 2 really nice gay men to like me. I need to sneeze. Right? So I was talking to them like, oh, like you guys have like a pretty nice photo booth set up, like, oh, what's this company about? And they were telling me, and I wasn't really listening, like, honestly. We're like, yeah, some fan passes were like seem harder to find than others, and they were like, yeah, like these Anastasia ones, we're just basically giving them away. Someone wants to see Anastasia, and I was like, rude, but okay, go off, sis. So we were like, oh, do you guys have Monsta X? And he was like, yeah, we have them. They seem really cool. And I was like, yeah, I'm like their fan. Like, I'm wearing their shirt and everything. Like, the guy was like, oh, you're really cool. Like, I'll look out for your photos, right? So me and my friend, we take the photo and like we post it on like at least 4 accounts together. So I posted it on my art account and then my personal account, and then she does the same. Like, they say they're gonna announce like who wins the hashtag thing via DM on Instagram, and it's gonna be like closer to the time when the fan meet is. Me and my friend were just like, okay, let's just walk around, let's enjoy some of the performances, because we don't know, it's just gonna be a random chance, you know, even if we don't get it, let's try to be closer to the front of the stage so we can see Monsta X at least a little bit closer. This is the stage, and then there's like the main floor, and then there's a second floor, and then there's a third floor. The Gravity booth is on the 3rd floor, and then the crowd is like huge. So the crowd is about, I'd say, here, and this is the stage, and then like it starts like to fan out towards the back. So me and Tisnia is the name of my friend, right? So we are like around this area trying to inch our way up to see Monsta X. So there's like performers going on, the Anastasia performance, like Kendall and Logan from Big Time Rush, they perform separately, by the way. They could have just like went on stage together and sang Boyfriend for a hot minute. That would have been nice. Like, the guy is announcing like, oh, we're giving away fan passes to meet Monsta X, like who in the crowd can we give them to, that type of thing. And then me and my friend are like, ugh, like they probably DM'd everybody already, like there's no point, let's just try to keep going to the front of the crowd, But like, I'm still like pulling out for some hope. I'm always checking my DM, and like my personal account gets nothing, and I'm like checking that I did the right hashtag, and I'm seeing how many entries are in each hashtag, right? And then I don't check for a while because I'm just like, you know what, it's fine. I didn't want to give myself any like false hope or anything like that. And then my phone, I don't have any notifications for Instagram, but I was just like, let me give it one good last check. And then it said from Gravity on my art account from anything, they DM'd me, they're like, oh, come pick up your fan pass right now. And it was like, you have 5 minutes to come claim your prize. And then it said, sent 3 minutes ago. So once again, we are towards the front of the crowd, and then they're all the way on the 3rd floor, and we have 2 minutes to book ourselves all the way back to the 3rd floor to try and claim this prize. So I just show the DM to my friend, and she's just like, and I'm like, and then she doesn't, we don't speak, we just like start going through the crowd and being like, excuse me, excuse me. I'm walking like zombie. Sorry. Anyways, so we finally get to the 3rd floor. I show homeboy our DM, and we get the 2 fan passes, and he's like, you need to book it. You need to book it to the basement right now. Because, once again, Gravity is on 3rd floor. The actual fan meets are in the basement. So we're trying to navigate the best way to run to see Monsta X, and then we go straight down. So like me and my friend were holding our fan pass, and we're just like, okay, we're ready to go. We're going to the basement. And then now, before the basement, it didn't have any security. You could just go to the bathroom and do what you want. But now there's the guy standing there. He's like, oh, I need to see your fan passes. So we show him our fan passes for Monsta X, and we run down the stairs, and then we see the black curtain, and we're like, oh, okay, this is where they are. Okay, here we go. And then we show our fan passes to the 2nd security guard in front of the black curtain, and I walk in, and like I see that it's pretty empty, and I think that's kind of wild because, you know, Monsta X is one of like the main pulls over there. Why is their fan meet so empty, right? So then after noticing like the other like 3 people in line, I see them, and my brain short circuits. Like, I've never seen people who looked so beautiful. I saw Minhyuk in a freaking headband. If I butcher their names, I'm so sorry. But I just saw him in a headband, and I was just like, in front of my salad in real life. Like, he's wearing a headband. I saw Juhan. Juhan is my bias, and like, his orange hair, he looked great. Shonu looked like a tan god king. Like, Kihyun, cute as ever, not even as short as everybody says. Wonho looked a little short. In, like, not in, like, a general he's short type of sense, but shorter than what you might think. He looks the same height as Kihyun, honestly. But homeboy was, like, wide and wearing a muscle tee, and I was just like, what is happening right now? And then, I don't know what goes on in this American air, like, what is going on, what is he doing? He had, like, dark black hair, and I didn't even know his hair was black at the moment, and he was looking beautiful, just stunning, amazing. And then Hyungwon, I just look at him, and then the first time I look at him, he just goes, like, he was probably tired, and, like, I saw the group, like, two groups in front of us, they started hugging them, and I know, like, you want to hug your group, and you want to, like, say hi, and you want to spend time with them, but the security in this, like, fan meet, first of all, you can't have your phones out, you can't have your coats on, which I mean is safe, and I appreciate that, but they were being so hostile. They're just like, please, no phones out, no phones out, you get kicked out, take your coat out, take your coat out, and we only do groups, we're only taking photos of groups of people. So me and my friend are just 2 people, and then the group in front of us was 3, and we could kind of tell, like, the group in front of us really didn't want us in their picture. So, like, the security, when the group who just hugged them was leaving, they were like, okay, we need another group of 4, we need another group of 4, and nobody was moving. And I was just like, there's so much happening. So I was like, let me just move, let me give my stuff. I looked at my friend, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be in another group or this is gonna be a group, but, like, let me just get it done. I don't want to, like, create any hassle, because I just became super empathetic. Like, I love the boys, they looked great, they looked so, like, nice and everything, they're really cute, but, like, they looked tired, and they kind of looked, I guess in a sense, done. So I didn't want to, like, create any more issues than I had to. So I just, like, walk on over, and they're like, okay, you'll be in the next group, you'll be in the next group. And then the group of 3 girls who really didn't want us in their photo, they're kind of just like, you know what, we'll just go. So they, like, skip, and they move over to the end where Juhan is, and I was like, no, I wanted to be next to him. Right? So they go to that end, and I was just like to my friend, okay, let's just go to the corner. And my brain short circuits. I just look at them, and I just turn immediately around. I don't say hi, I don't say anything. I'm just a full dum-dum, and I'm just like, what is going on? So, I realize that IM is behind me. IM, in all his American glory, is behind me, breathing on me. And I'm just like, okay, I can't look back. I can't look back. I can't do this. I can't do this. So all I hear from the other side is, like, the other group of girls, they're like, hey, can we just throw gang signs? And I was like, I'm not about that life. So I just chuck up a deuces, and I just wait for the camera to be done, and I, like, turn around, and I, like, see my friends already walking away, because I think she also short-circuited, and we didn't even say anything to the boys. I think I said thank you, and I think I said I love you, and I think that's all I remember. But I just see IM try to go for a high five with my friend, and my friend, she's already turned around, and she's ready to go. We gotta get out of this situation. And I just see him go, and I was like, no, what is happening? I should have went for the high five. He had his hand up. I'm such a flop. I'm such a flop. I'm so sorry, Monsta X. I swear to God, I love you so much. But when I saw you in real life, I just really didn't know what to say. And then we were walking past them, like, once again, the security was like, okay, photo's done, get out, move, move, move. And, so we didn't have time to, like, stop or talk to them or anything. It was literally just the photo, and then, okay, let's go, move, move, move. So, like, we're walking by, I don't even get to get a good look at Shonu, because his jumpsuit's down to the ground, chest exposed, didn't even get to go look at it. But I just see Juhan, and my brain does something right, because I just go to him, I go like this. Like, not even making a kissy face, I just go, and he just looks at me like, and I was like, he smiled at me. So yeah, that's essentially me meeting Monsta X and failing at it. But the photo came out really nice. So yeah, the eye look I went for was just a glittery lid and a darker corner crease, because that's what I see Minhyuk wearing nowadays, and since he looks so good, I just want to emulate everything he does. But yeah, the actual photo, I will insert a picture of it here. Okay, I was cheesing very hard because I had Monsta X behind me, right? Everybody's cheesing really hard, except for the two men behind me, ruining my wholesome photo. Like, I am. What are you doing? Like, and then Minhyuk too. I was just like, we know that ain't you. Because when I actually saw him, I was just like, oh my god, I've never seen someone so cute before. Like, it was like looking at a puppy who became a human. Even when we saw them perform on stage later, we were all the way in the back of the crowd, by the way, and there was tall people everywhere, and there was also haters everywhere because they were just like, we're not excited for Monsta X, like, play the next person, we just want Z100 tickets. Like, I understand if you're there for a certain person, you want to see them as fast as you can, but like, from what I remember, Monbebe were pretty like respectful towards other groups, but it was funny because like there was a few people in the crowd around me who were just like, what's a Monster X? Like, what's going on? I hate K-pop fans. And then they came out and then they did their little dance break and they shut up right away. They were just like, what is that? I'm just doing my eyebrows now. I'm going to school. I literally went and had Monsta X breathe on me, and then I went back to school and tried to finish a painting final. And I just want everyone to know that I have a lot of regrets about meeting them, because when I looked at the actual folder, because you couldn't take the photo yourself, it was posted on Z100's website. For Monsta X's folder, they took like photos with about maybe 15 people, and these were all in groups. When I looked at other celebrities' folders, they took pictures with about 20, maybe 30 different people, and then Monsta X only has half as much, and I was like, what is going on? Like, me and my friend, we were in the last photo Monsta X was taking, and it like made me realize how lucky I was to actually meet them, because when we were coming back up from the basement after meeting them, there was other girls with fan passes for Monsta X, and the security guard was like, no, time's up, time's up. And it was true, because after our photo, Monsta X walked away from the photo section, and I was like, that's awful. If I got my fan pass like maybe 3 minutes later, I wouldn't have been able to meet them and, you know, at least see them and take a photo with them. I'm kind of bummed that I wasn't able to say like, oh, Juhan, like, red carpet saved my life, or like, Shonu, I love your dancing, or I am, thank you for working so hard in America. I literally just go, thank you, I love you, which I hope encompasses enough. So yeah, that's essentially what meeting them was like. But I was just so bummed when I was looking at like the actual envelope of photos, and there wasn't a lot. There really wasn't. So yeah, after the meet and greet, I was still processing what happened, because first of all, it went so fast, and we go back upstairs and we're just like, okay, they're gonna perform in about an hour, so let's start trying to swim through the crowd again and get towards the front. But it was just like, I don't know, the image of the girls holding their fan passes as we were coming back up, and knowing that they couldn't meet Monsta X when they were right there and they had their fan passes, got me so messed up, because I was just like, oh, I met them and I didn't even say anything to them. And I think I'm like feeling guilty for like no reason, because I understand like we have a pretty good fandom, and like that's one of the main reasons why I'm uploading this video. Like, I don't think any of you guys would be like roasting me or stuff like that because of the way I reacted. Like, I was so upset opening up that folder and realizing like Monsta X didn't get a lot of photos with people, and I think it was so unorganized, and like, I don't know, they were like hyping them up for so much, and they didn't even let the fans meet them. Then they came out to perform and they were killing it. They crushed it. They did they performed their little dance intro. They did shootout. Homeboys went in for shootout. I saw Shonu's, you know, him vibrating in real life. That was wild. And then they did Be Quiet. And then during that song, they really don't have like crazy choreography for that, so they're mostly walking around and trying to manage all 7 men. Like, everyone's trying to record them, so you couldn't really see that well. You had to like find your path to find someone. But like trying to look at all 7 of them at once when they were actually kind of close was wild. So I would be looking over at Hyungwon, and he would be doing like something cute, and he would be popping his head, like just going back and forth looking like a jellyfish. And then it'd be over to IM, and he'd be wilding out. He'd be like moving his hips for no reason. And then you look at Wonho, and he's just like standing, literally standing there, and you're just like, that's a god. in front of me. And then Shonu B. Wildin, it was just every single one of them. You look at them and they're doing something crazy. Not everybody in the crowd was their fan. So like during fan chants and stuff like that, I would be screaming them, and since I was towards the back, I think all the Mon babies were all towards the front, like I'd be screaming the fan chants and people were looking at me like I'm crazy. And where's my eyeliner brush? Okay. But yeah, I would be doing the fan chants towards the back and people were looking at me like, what is this crackhead assery that's happening right next to me? And I'm just like, So I felt kind of embarrassed. And it was like the same thing, because Be Quiet and Fallen, they're kind of just like moving songs. Like you kind of want to jump and mosh around, and it was kind of like nobody was really doing that. So I was kind of bummed out about that too, because like the boys were popping off their performance, and like I could tell the front was popping off, but like the back area was kind of just like, I guess. But I was screaming my head off. I got sick because I was waiting in the cold for 4 hours. Can you tell by my voice? I'm also out of breath easily because my lungs are filled with mucus, so that's cute. Okay, I just needed to fix my hair because I saw myself and I looked like the actual crackhead I am. And yeah, Stan Monsta X might be wild, but you might recognize me in some of the comments of all of their videos because I am present. I am there. My last step to any getting ready process is putting on earrings, because once again, Monsta X changed my life. K-pop changed my life. I don't wear matching earrings anymore. I'm one of those Korea boo. Thank you guys for watching. If you actually were able to follow through the story, my mind was really jumbled and I haven't like filmed anything in a while, and I sound sick and I was breathing hard. I hope that any fan gets a chance to meet them, because they are really sweet and they are really nice, and basically like how they sing live really well, they look even better in real life, and I wish every fan can experience that. So let's all start a GoFundMe. Let's go to Korea where fan meets actually make sense and they're done well. I appreciate my NYC experience because it was free and I got to take a photo with them. I was like one out of the few people who were able to do it, but it wasn't well organized, and I think if the boys knew that there were fans who had fan passes and they couldn't meet them, I feel like that would be pretty crappy and they would feel the same way. So yeah, I'll see you guys around in the comment section. Bye!